Wamukoya yesterday. Wamukoya passed on yesterday at the age of 79 at Life Care Hospital in Bungoma County after battling a long illness. Locals, led by the current Member of Parliament, Peter Nabulindo, have eulogized Wamukoya, who also served as an Assistant Minister for Education and Agriculture in former President Daniel Moi's government. Wamukoya was elected as a first Member of Parliament of Matungu in the year 1997 and lost to David Were in the year 2002.
Battling with from 2015 December up to now.
He was a person of education. What he did is to have every sub-location to get a day school, secondary school. He loved education, he loved teaching, and he loved development.
Huyu ndiye aliyekuwa mbunge wa kwanza wa Matungu. Yeye ndiye aliyejenga foundation ambayo sisi wengine tunasimama kwa hiyo foundation. Huyu ni mtu ambaye alikuwa msomi, alikuwa ni kiongozi na alikuwa pia ni elder katika Matungu hii. Na yale maono ambayo alikuwa nayo ya kujenga Matungu, kuleta factories, kujenga mashule, hiyo legacy hiyo ambayo tunaifuata na tutaihakikisha kwamba Matungu itakuwa a middle earning society.
Generally alikuwa na educator, aliangazia sana mambo ya maendeleo, hasa mno elimu, afya na mabarabara.
Wakati hata kufuka ng'ombe za grade, zero grazing, yeye alikuwa mtu wa kwanza, alikugawa ng'ombe, tukaanza kunywa maziwa.
Our heartfelt condolences to the Wamukoya family. Moving on, conservationists in Isiolo County have rolled out a project aimed at engaging members of the public living around the Nakuprat Gotu Conservancy, the Buffalo Springs and Shaba Game Reserves to protect an endangered species of antelope known as the Besa oryx. Speaking at the Nakuprat Gotu Wildlife Conservancy, the project manager Paul Edonga said the existence of Besa oryx was under serious threat from human beings who hunt it down for its gorgeous long horns, adding that there was need to sensitize members of the public on the need to protect it from possible extinction.
Nikisema kwamba oryx Besa ama huyu mnyama anaitwa oryx ambaye tunasema ni special species saizi wa Nakuprat Gotu pamoja na NRT, tunasema kwamba tunajua kwamba si kwa upande ya kuichunga peke yake, bali pia katika kuchunga habitat. Ndio saizi tunasema pia tutataka kupromote mambo ya conservation ya miti, kwa sababu huyu mnyama anakula hiyo acacia pods na anakula zile grasses ambayo kwamba inapatikana chini ya hizo acacia trees.
Private conservancy. Na nikiona kitu kama hii ambayo inakuja kwetu, nasema ni shukrani sana, kwa sababu nasikia mara kwa mara wengi wetu wale hawajaelewa maneno ya conservation. Unapata watu wanapiga conservancies, lakini hebu angalia leo sisi ambayo tumekaa hapa, kwa nini tunajifunia? Kwa sababu hii mradi ya Choroa iko muhimu kwetu. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu uhifadhi yake ama kuangaliwa kwake tena imeongezeka kama wale wanyama wengine.
The Interfaith Council has hailed the move by government to lift some of the restrictions measures imposed on the 5 counties classified as disease-infected zones. The Interfaith Council has retaliated that with the resumption of in-person worship services, all stipulated guidelines has to be followed, including wearing of masks and washing hands. Worship services have also been capped at 2 hours.
Yale tumeambiwa tusiwe watu zaidi ya 100, na tena watu wakae na wamepangwa wakiwa na social distancing ile tumeambiwa, na wakumbushwe mara kwa mara. Lakini sana tukazie, na tunaomba viongozi wote wa ibada hizo wakumbushe watu kuvaa barakoa. Yoyote asiye na barakoa asiruhusiwe kuingia katika mazishi, na kuwe na watu wanauza hizo barakoa ili wote wakitaka wanaweza kununua na kuzivaa. Sote tukae na barakoa katika ibada hizo, katika mazishi. Na tena tumekazia sana na tunaomba tuweze kutoa sacrifice ya kuwa hatutawapa watu chakula katika mazishi. Twaomba kusiwe na chakula katika mazishi, chakula yoyote, kwani ni wakati tunatoa barakoa, kula chakula na kukaa kistarehe ambapo tunasambaziana hii virusi. Basi twaomba wa mafamilia, twaomba viongozi, tupangilie hayo mazishi bila chakula.
"15 minutes past the hour. Don't go too far away as we have a lot more lined up for you. See you on the other side.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku. Pata offers zote mahali pamoja ili uongeze zaidi, utume SMS zaidi na ubrowse zaidi.
Wewe usijali. Tuma namba ya kila supplier kwa hiyo soko. Enda job nitaongea na kila mmoja wao.
Very good. Piga *444 hash utunukiwe Credo double double.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku.
Oh, hi. It's not what you're thinking. It's a cup of coffee. Coffee, movie. Together, Coffee with Movie. Every Sunday, 8 p.m. on TV 47. Where we bring you interesting, enticing people. Well, we've concentrated on musicians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Producers.
So now I manage, because talent management and events management, I think was my passion.
Right about now, we want to go beyond to the counties and to other countries. How see you? Let the sun stand still like Joshua time for 3 hours. But this time for only 1 hour, we bring you Coffee with Movie. Interesting, enticing guests. How see you? Tunaweza anza tuna Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru, twende Uganda, Magufuli Land, TZ, you never know. It is Coffee with Movie. Jua unaweza enda sasa.
Okay.
Before the markets open, farmers begin their day, each with a desire to produce the best. But how can they increase the numbers, maintain the standards,
Aitoi ile garlic inafaa itoi, that standard garlic,
reduce the cost,
we spread our risk,
and yet remain the best? Kilimo Diaries, every Sunday when the clock hits 7:30 p.m. The story continues to unfold. The race to win Abel's heart continues.
Huyo mwanamke ataniona, Abel is mine. Mwanamke mgani, ni nani huyo na nini mbaya?
The betrayal.
manze chinja huwa hakuna blanda. Sasa ni huyu yule madam pale hivi sasa.
And the secrets.
Jenny, si nikwambia napenda Abel. Nampenda tena sana.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, the Judicial Service Commission is currently interviewing Patrick Lumumba for the position of the judge of the Supreme Court. Let's cross over rather to the Supreme Court and listen in.
To to guide that legal framework.
I agree.
Now,
I agree. For purpose of time.
Yes.
You see, now that requires policy framework in Kenya. I agree. It requires a legislative framework.
Yes.
You see, now that's for the executive. That's for parliament. Nothing to do with the judiciary. That's why I'm seeing a problem. That's why I'm talking about relevance. You know, again, now when you come now to, I mean, and it is something that is running through.
Yes.
Now you've talked about strategic positioning for sustainable competitive advantage.
Yes.
A review of theoretical and empirical literature. Again, you know, I'm not seeing how I would use that to be able to gauge your, you know, ability to write good judgments when you go to Supreme. That's my point.
Okay.
About the relevance, precision.
Maybe I may say simply this: I was writing those not for judgment, not for a judgment in court.
Yeah.
I was writing, like now if you look at that article which I published at the University of Uppsala in Norway, that article was just talking about the problems that we have in enforcing the Convention of Biodiversity and the problems we have in enforcing the Nagoya Protocol, which is a protocol from that convention. So that's a scholarly document.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
But it's not a judgment.
Good article, but not relevant to what you're looking for the position. That's my problem. I'm not doubting. It's a very good one. I actually admire your writing, except it's not applicable. But let me move to the next issue. Now, I want again to match your CV vis-a-vis what you're looking for in this position of the Supreme Court judge. Because remember, as I keep saying, that I must be able to justify to the people of Kenya why you are not somebody else for this position, and the same thing also for the rest of you know, my colleagues. And when I was looking again at your CV, you know, I'm seeing you are in this NGO that you are saying you founded, which appears to be a vibrant one. Where you're saying you're the country director for the ICE, this International Center for Environment, Social and Policy Studies, which you founded about 20 years ago. Then you are saying that also, which you're involved in it heavily. You're saying again, currently you're also in many companies which are involved in construction, insurance, travel and tours, television broadcasting, you know, and all that. Now, so which made me wonder if now again we make you a Supreme Court judge, and you are busy in all these other things, the construction. I don't know whether you remember, and I don't want us to name. In our early days when we were practicing, there was a judge who was also heavily involved in a construction company, and we're always having our matters used to be adjourned a lot, because probably the judge wants to go and attend to, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, the judge probably wants to go and attend to his business in the construction. Now he was only in construction. Now you're in travel, you're in tours, you're in television and broadcasting, you're in this NGO. Now, where does that leave us if we make you the Supreme Court judge? I'm asking with a lot of respect.
Thank you.
I'm not,
Your Lordship, that's a great question. And it's the kind of person whom they will appoint a judge in the Supreme Court. Now, being a director does not mean that those are my companies. Some companies have got various people, and they opted to opt me as one of their directors because maybe they knew I would give them some strategic advice. Now, maybe the only organizations that I run on a day-to-day basis is the Isnyaberian company. I've been a lecturer at the Catholic University for now 15 years, and maybe the NGO. Those are the ones which you can say, this is what's Isnyaberi. Now, if I got this job, it wouldn't be very hard for me to resign from those organizations and then concentrate on my core business. And as I said, what is bringing me here is this patriotic feeling that I have something in me which is going to improve justice in my mother country. I have been an advocate for 30 years. People cry in our office for lack of justice. Cases taking long.